Hedgehogs in the UK are in decline. We've lost a third of our hedgehogs in the last 10 years. The loss of hedgehog-friendly habitats is thought to be a contributing factor. My brother has a regular hedgehog visitor in his garden, and as the winter is coming and hedgehogs will be looking for somewhere to hibernate soon, I asked him if I could make a hedgehog house for his garden out of some salvaged wood. For more information about hedgehogs and what you can do to help, please visit the links on screen and in the description box below. I started by drawing the shape of the front profile of the hedgehog house on a piece of plywood. I did this freehand. I was going for character rather than accuracy. I cut out the shape with a jigsaw. I came back with the jigsaw to make a few refinements to the shape, and the final dimensions were around 36 cm in width at the bottom and 32 cm in height. Then I used this as a template to mark out the same shape on another piece of the plywood to create the back panel, and cut this out with the jigsaw too. I cut two small scraps of pine to a length of 45 cm to join the two pieces of plywood together. I drilled two pilot holes in the ends of each piece of pine and then screwed them to the bottom of both the front and the back plywood panels. Then I measured the distance between the two ply panels and cut a third scrap of pine to that length with the handsaw. This was then screwed in to join the two panels at the top. I took some old salvaged floorboards which I got from a neighbour's garden, marked up the width with a pencil and cut these to length with the handsaw and then nailed them to the floor supports. Then I gave the floorboards a sand with the belt sander. Apparently hedgehogs have very soft feet, so it seemed worthwhile. I wanted to make an entrance tunnel for the hedgehog house so that any predators such as foxes would not be able to reach inside. To make the tunnel, I cut more floorboards to a length of 45 cm, gave the internal faces a sanding with the belt sander, and then screwed the pieces together to create the tunnel. My tunnel measured 14 cm in width and height internally. Then I positioned the tunnel on top of the front plywood panel, marked the shape with a pencil, and used a jigsaw to cut it out. I pushed the tunnel through the hole and then secured it on the inside by screwing it into a scrap piece of wood, making sure that the screws were beneath the surface of the wood. I also secured the tunnel from underneath. I was careful here to make sure that the screws were not too long so that they wouldn't break through to the inside of the tunnel. For the external cladding, I had some offcuts of featherboard that I pulled out of a skip at a reclamation yard, and they let me take them away for free. I cut them to length with a handsaw, leaving an overhang of around 2 cm at both the front and the back. Then I drilled pilot holes and hammered in some galvanised nails. I did this to both sides and then added a top cap to keep out any rainfall. Next, I painted the front panel, the back panel, the tunnel and the bottom with a black bitumen paint to protect it from the weather. I added a piece of cardboard at the bottom for a bit of insulation, and then stapled some leftover damp-proof coarse plastic to the bottom. This was left over from my workshop build and should protect the hedgehog house from any rising damp. That's the hedgehog house completed. This was a very quick project. It probably took around 2 hours from start to finish. Please have a go at designing and building one for your garden. There's loads more information available on the internet to help you.